The Bible in the book of Exodus 20, verse 12 has this to say. I'm using the NIV Bible and it reads, Honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. We're also reading Proverbs 6, verse 20 to 22. It reads, My son, keep your father's command and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them always on your heart. Fasten them round your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. Hello, dear viewers. So we give glory to the reading of His Word we have just heard. So I've read two verses, one from Exodus and the other one from Proverbs. So the one in Exodus actually it's one amongst the commandments of God, the Ten Commandments, and it's a promise. It's a commandment that comes with the promise of saying, when we honor our parents, our days shall be lengthened here on this earth. We shall have a long life. And now Proverbs is just another interesting scripture. It really like just pinpoints everything. It says, My son, keep your father's commands and do not forsake your mother's teachings. Keep your father's commands and do not forsake your father's teachings. Oftentimes we get to forsake this knowledge our parents have just given to us. The knowledge that they've instilled in us while we were still young, and they keep giving us this knowledge even when we grow much older. Yes, but then imagine how messed up our lives could be if we just completely forsake these teachings of our parents. How we would choose the wrong way and wrong choices, because these are things that are there to guide us, to guide our ways, to guide the choices we make on a day-to-day basis, life choices on different matters affecting life, on marriage, on relationships, on our associations, and many more other things. But yet, what do you and me decide to do? We decide to go our way because we reach at that point where we think, well, I think I'm smart. I'm smart enough to do whatever I want to do, forsake my parents' teachings for a while, and it really doesn't help us in any way. So picture this scenario. You have a young brother, a young sister, and when a young brother or a young sister are about to do something bad, or maybe not really something bad, but they're just about to do something using their judgments, and you having been of their age at some point, you get to know what their next step will be. You get to know to say, the reason my young brother is behaving like this, it's simply because I maybe uh, did this to him yesterday, or perhaps you can tell to say, well, you can read their minds because you were once at their age and you are superior to them, you are more wiser than them. Now, how much more do our parents get to know what our next step may be, what our thinking may interpret to them, and yet we think we are smart, they won't know about anything what we're doing. We forget to say, well, they were once of our age and they are very much wise enough to actually read our minds even when it's not written on our foreheads. Yes. So I really get to acknowledge this because it's more like parents are our second God. Like, they just do all what it takes to make sure we are happy. They do all what it takes so that we are on track. And it's a blessing to those of us who still have our parents today, and to those of us who have guardians who look forward upon them. My encouragement is that hold their counsel dear to your heart. Do not forsake it. And the book in Proverbs actually, it really brings it very well. It's saying, when you walk, they will guide you. These principles, these teachings they've taught you and me, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. Imagine, when you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. So these counsels, they are our daily life. They are more like our guide, day in and day out. They are there to just give us this broader picture of what we ought to do in this life. Talking about our success in life, understand that our parents actually play a very important role in us being successful in this life, because there is a parent out there, I'm here, and they get down to their knees day in and day out, at midnight, praying for you and me, praying for their families, praying for all what we do, all what we touch, all what we lay our hands upon. And here I am, not even knowing what's happening behind the scenes well. And I think the success I have today is just magic, or it's just because of my knowledge and wisdom. But no, it's because of that father out there, that mother out there, that guardian of yours out there who is daily on their knees praying for you that everything may go well with you. And so, how much more can we obey God's commands? The God who knows our life in and out, the God who knows the number of our hairs. How much more can we give glory to him? How much more can we trust in him and say, well, he has good things ahead of us, he had better things, even in the midst of the chaos we may be going through right now, even in the midst of our silence, of our loneliness, our moments when we feel God is really unreachable. How much more is he doing in that moment? Actually, the lesson I'm learning is that God draws closer to us. His promises speak louder when we are in our quiet moments. And that moment of silence when you feel God is really not speaking anything to us, and it's that moment that he draws closer to us and just reminds us to say, well, I got your back, like I'm there. And it's quite a hard time, but this is where faith gets to run low. And yeah, a lot of things happen in this channel, but this is really a great lesson I pick. So this was our lesson on the Hope Tribe ZM. So I just really wanted this to be as much I don't know even how to put it, as much interactive, but yes, as much open as possible, like just acknowledging the fact that our parents are there for us, and there's God who is overlooking over everything that our parents have um, put in us, taught us, and everything. So I hope this was a blessing to you. Thank you so much, and stay blessed.